Hello guys, Rabbitsmower here. I recently released a video showing off my automatic wheat farm that automatically replants itself, and I had a comment from the Tiger792 asking if I would do a more in-depth tutorial like a block-by-block build of it. Thanks for the response, Tiger, I really appreciate it. So, this video is going to be a tutorial for the block-by-block building, and let's get right into it. If you're going to be following along with me, make sure that you pause between steps here so that you have plenty of time to catch up between steps. Okay, so the first thing we needed to do is determine where we want to put our farm, and I'm going to use our button as a center point here, and I'm going to be building this above ground. So wherever you build it, make sure you have plenty of space beneath the ground where you're building it, because that's where all of our wiring is going to go. So we're going to determine where we want our button to be, so I'm going to put that right here, and put a block behind that, and this is where your button will be here. You want to go 2 blocks back from this one here, and put a block here and a fence. This is going to be the start of our farm. And then we want to go 7 blocks back from here and place another block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be the start to our villager house. And we'll do 3 floor pieces here and another wall here. And this will complete the actual house of where the villager will be. So let's make sure this is where the door will be here, so we can actually place the door now. And we want a 2 wide spot for the villager that's going to be 5 wide. So on each side here, dig out 2 like this. And this will be where our villager will stay. So we can go ahead and surround this area with our walls all the way around, and we're going to make this too tall so that it is actually a house to the villager. Alright, and then we just need to put a ceiling on here. Oops. Okay, so we have our house built for our villager here, and this part here, the front side of the house after the door, you also need to bring out 1 more. And this is so that we can have a dispenser and a locking door system without having to interfere with the actual house here. Alright, so on each side of this front here, let's go ahead and place a block of water. And this is going to help our soil wherever our farm is going to be turn into dark soil and not break over time. And let's go ahead and get our fence here going 4 more on each side. Actually, no, that only needs to be 3 on each side here. So starting from your center point, 3 more blocks of fence on each side. And then we'll dig a channel here and place another block of water here. And you can let this stay blocked for now, so leave this block here. We just want this to be here so that all of this stays as dark soil. So from here, make sure, let's get a hoe. And every grass block between the fence and the house, you need to till. Okay, now that we have all of our soil tilled up here, let's go ahead and go 2 from this water source and put glowstone, and 2 from here, and do the same on the other side. And this will help our wheat grow, since wheat does need light to grow. If you want, you could put torches somewhere else, but I like to put the glowstone here because we're going to be putting glass over this as well. So from the house to the fence, we're going to put glass 2 tall. And this makes sure our villager can't escape, and it makes sure that our seeds don't actually get out of the system here. Oh, and this end piece should actually be a solid block. So we'll put another solid block here, glass going here, and then all the way here to tall. And to finish it off, we'll do glass on top of here as well. Again, so that the villager doesn't get stuck in certain areas. And we'll go ahead and break an area here so that we can do work on the inside. We want to put dispensers 2 in from the sides, like this. And this area is going to be where our block is going to get pushed in front of the door here. So we're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston up top here. And this will need to be 2 blocks down so that it can push this block up in front of the door. And that should be everything that we will need for the surface here. I'm going to go ahead and place a button here as well, just so that we can have that for later on when we need to test it. But as far as everything on the surface, we're good to go here. Okay, so next we need to work on digging out our underground area for all of our redstone underneath this farm area. So we're going to start at this left side and go out 2 and over 1 and dig down 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. And if you're doing this in survival, you'll want to have some ladders here. Let's go ahead and grab those and place those on the far wall so you have a way out. And this will help you know which way we're digging here. So going away from the ladder, we're going to dig 2 tall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here. And we'll do it again on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And going this way from the ladder, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's get some torches in here so this is easier to see. Alright, and I'm going to dig down in this corner here and place a block so that I remember where this is at. And from here, again, we're starting from this side of the ladder here, going to this spot in this corner. From here, I'm going to dig 12 blocks this way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, I'll get some torches up in here so it's easier to see. Go back to the same spot again, and this way we're going to go 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. And continue to do this, going this way and this way. You're going to dig all the way to that wall and dig to that wall until there's a square in this room. Okay, so it should look like this when you're finished. Again, we went to this wall and to this wall until it was a square room here. And this will help out make our redstone easier to place later on. So the next part we're going to work on is our item elevator. And we need to extend our trench here over and down 1 here. When you go down, you can see the block here. Bring this over and once into the wall. From here, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from here, 1, 2, 3. Going this direction, 1, 2. Let's get some light so we can see. And then this area, we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, so we're dropping at 1. And then 1, 2, 3 here as well. And here, we're going to break this piece and place a fence here and a fence here. And what this is going to do is use our item elevator system. The fence has actually glitched the blocks to bring them up through the top of the world. But we need the items to go past this first block here. So we have to put glass here so it won't connect. Now we're going to have to put ice all along here back through. So if you do have any sort of lighting in here, make sure to take it out first so that these ice cubes don't melt. Like this one here. Alright, so we brought ice all the way back. And now that system is ready to go. Okay, so next we're going to work on our item sorting system that pulls the wheat out of the water stream and leaves the seeds separate. So as soon as you come down your ladder, place a double chest here, break out the block behind this, and place a torch. Bring this block up 1, and break this one here behind these. And these ones will need to be redstone repeaters. And then we're going to cover those up and place redstone comparators on these 2 blocks here, and put redstone dust behind these and down here. And this will detect when there's items in the hoppers and deactivate them and activate them as necessary to pull the items out. So we need 2 hoppers here, so hold down shift, place 2 going into the chest here, and on this side you're going to place them going into the comparators. We don't want these hoppers going into these hoppers because it actually messes up the system. And so to get these to sort out the wheat, we need 18 wheat here and one in each of these. Easy way to do that is take a stack of wheat like this, split it up, and then turn each of these into a stack of 22, like that. And then hold down right click so each of these has one, and then just put the 18 in that one. And same in our other hopper here. So now each of these will pull a hopper out of the stream, or pull a wheat out of the stream, and separate those from the seeds. And we can go ahead and test that now by breaking our block here and getting some wheat and seeds here. And we'll go ahead and throw about 4 wheat and 4 seeds here. And you can see it pulls 3 here, and that's going to happen off the beginning. It won't get exactly the amount that gets thrown in just yet because some of it has to go into here off of the beginning. But after you've gotten some in there, all of it will go through after this. And our seeds, you can see, got pulled out and separated and pulled up to the floor in the item elevator system, which later on we will extend this up to the surface so that the seeds go up to the surface here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to work on is our locking door system here, which is controlled by our button here and by the villager itself. So there's a couple things we need to set up here for that to work. Let's start off by putting all of our pressure pads inside of the villager building here. And we'll go ahead and get a torch in here as well so that the villager has some lighting. Alright. And we're going to dig out this area beneath our button area here, just like that, so that we have our redstone here. Actually, let's go ahead and place 1 redstone here and bring that down so we know where that's at in the basement. Come down our ladder here. You should see where this area is here now. And we need to bring our signal down, which is currently right there. So we're going to have to get rid of this torch here. We can move that over. And we have redstone on this block already, which means if we just click right here, it'll bring it down. And we'll put it here as well. Bring it down again. And then I'm just going to put spruce here so we can keep track of where our redstone is going. This will go over to here. Okay, from here we need to get 6 repeaters here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And leave the first one normal and set the rest to full. And we'll get a piece of redstone here at the end of this. From here, dig this 4 wide and bring this all the way to the wall. Alright. And then from this corner, we're going to start digging out from here until we start to see the floor of where the villager will be standing. And we're going to dig out here until we can see the entire floor, which should be 5 wide. So that's 4, and that's 5. We want to bring this floor down 2 blocks and build the exact same floor, like that. And then boost yourself up and get redstone on all of these so that this will always be activated when any of the pressure pads up top are activated. And then we can bring the signal down over here. Alright. And from this side also we can bring the signal down. Then we want to put a piston here, a redstone block, and another piston with a space between these here. And on the corner of this, place a block and a redstone torch. And we want to bring this signal over to where this torch area is here. So that sets up this for the most part, and the actual locking system. So we know where the door is here, where the sticky piston is. Let's go ahead and place a block there so it's easier to find. And we want to get a tower of redstone torches going to that. You could hear that turn that on. We want to go 1 deeper even here and set up another block with a torch. You can hear that set the sticky piston back again. We want to carry this signal down here all the way to this torch. So that's going to come down, go over, and another repeater here so that it inverts the torch there. Now we need to bring a signal from this other side of the lock. So this is going to start here where the empty spot is. You can go over here, 1 here, and 1 here. Again, this is going to need a repeater so that it turns this off. And bring this here. So when this redstone block is powering this, it will invert this torch regardless of what kind of signal is going down here. And that sets up our entire door system there. Okay, so the next part we need to work on is getting our dispensers pushing out their water and on a timer. And we know that each dispenser is 2 blocks from our door, which makes it easy to find down here. Since this goes up to our door here, we can go over 2 blocks. We can find our dispenser here, over 2 blocks again, and find our dispenser right there. And I'm just going to make these a little more accessible here, because we're going to need to put a block, 2 blocks beneath each of these dispensers. And then boost yourself up and put a torch on top of each of these. You could hear the dispenser activate. And then we're going to bring these down again, and another torch underneath each of these, like that. And we need a repeater going into each of these blocks here, and we'll connect them with redstone here. Now we need to bring our signal down from our button here for part of this. So we're actually going to use a torch here, going into redstone and into a repeater. This will be set to full. That's going to go into another block here, and invert another torch there for going into our dispensers. And now we need to set up our hopper timer system. So we're going to bring this over 2 from this other part of the system. And I guess I forgot to put all of this on spruce, but it's pretty easy to see still. Bring it over 2, and then bring it over 3 here. And this is going to go into a redstone block, which has a sticky piston on this side, and a sticky piston over on this side with a block between these. And this is going to be the basics for our hopper timer system. So on the other side of this block and here, we need our hoppers. You're going to shift click the hoppers into each other, like this. And then we're going to need a comparator. And that's going to be coming out of our hopper here. So if we jump and place that there, that goes into a block, and that has a redstone signal there. And then we're going to bring this redstone signal over into this piston here. And we don't need a comparator on this side because this signal will take care of everything for us. And we're going to need 14 blocks in here. So let's go ahead. It doesn't matter what kind of block you put in there. It just needs to be 14 for the correct timing. And that should set up our timer system there. So since I happen to know where our elevator system is coming up through the ground here, which happens to be right here next to this block, we need to make sure we have solid blocks going to the surface here, and solid blocks on all sides here as well, like this. And now anytime when our seeds come up through the ground, they will go all the way to the surface for our villager to pick up, and that actually finishes up everything that we need to do down here. So we will get the most important part going here, which is our villager. And I'm just going to use any villager that we get right now. I'm not going to wait until we get a farmer, because that might take a while. This will be good for the example. Wait a little bit so he's not trying to be crazy about going out the door here. Alright. And then we need to get our water buckets in our dispensers there. Then after you're finished there, you need to make sure that you either plant all of these with seeds or that you just give your seeds to your villager there. So we should be able to just go ahead and do a quick test of our system here. But it should be all complete and ready to go. We'll go ahead and knock all these out. And obviously, since we didn't wait to get a farmer villager, he's not going to come out and replant these. But if you had an actual farmer villager, he would come out and replant them like our actual built one over there. So we can go ahead and test our system now. Looks good. Plenty of time for all of our seeds and wheat to go into our water channel here. Our door is unlocked and our seeds come through the ground. So, there you go. All built up. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask, leave some comments. Like the video if this helped you out. And thanks for watching, guys.